What's up? What's up, everybody? We have a lot of little things to discuss today, so you know what that means. It's time for Summoners War news. Let's get right into it. First things first, SWC Special Scroll giveaway. We talked about this when it was in the notices. We talked about how you can get up to 500 points a day just by farming, doing arena, doing dimensional hole, whatever. You get some mana and some energy when you do 500 points a day. You max out 500 points. There is an SWC scroll for when you get to 4,000 points from the event. You get an SWC scroll. Funny enough, you get 3 mystical scrolls for 6,000 points in the event. So it only takes really 8 days. And I think the event lasts for 17 days, 18 days, something like that. So you have plenty of time to get the SWC scroll and all the other stuff that you can get. There is also some bonus points. The thing that I wanted to mention here, though, is that they talked in the notice about bonus points, and I was like, I hope the bonus points are not going to be for summoning 3 stars and collecting crystals from the inbox, because you know what that means. It's just spend money on things, collect crystals from the inbox. Like, you could siege farm, you could do what else? You could do the world boss, you could do arena tally. All those things give you crystals in the inbox, so those are all bonus points you can get from there. But easy bonus points is just spend money on packs, right? So I was hoping that it wasn't gonna be that, but now the actual bonus points for this event is just to indulge Comp2Us and saying, yes, Summoners War is an esport in 2020. Am I doing a lot of quotations today? Whatever. So that's, as long as we indulge them and say, yes, Comp2Us, Summoners War is an esport, we get the bonus points from this event and get our SWC scroll, which means we get whatever 4-star, not whatever 4-star, we get one of the 4 stars we want for most of us. For a couple of us, it's gonna be get some NAF 5s, but that's besides the point. Is it besides the point? Let's continue. Let's continue. Next things next. Next things next. Whatever. Next things next. If you guys didn't notice, TOA Hell has been lower difficulty this rotation. Actually, when it first came out, when Comp2Us first implemented it last month, they did mention that they were going to change up the rotation every month, and I was like, this is a perfect opportunity for it. If it's too hard, like they brought out Labyrinth and it was too hard, and then they reduced the difficulty of Labyrinth, but this is a perfect opportunity for, if it's too hard, them to reduce the difficulty just by putting in a new rotation that is easier for more people to actually achieve. So you actually, from I didn't test it out myself yet for this month, but from what people have been saying, it's like 50 speed lower that you actually need to beat at least to do the first at least few stages of TOA Hell. So I don't know about the end stages, but that's what people were saying. We did like a brief stream today, or at the time you guys are watching this, it would have been yesterday. We did a little brief stream. People were mentioning in that stream that TOA Hell actually got, you don't need to be as fast as you did the previous rotation to actually complete it, which is nice, because I think it was too hard, right? It was too hard. Like, you need very good runes. Hopefully it's more accessible to actually beat with some creativity this time, instead of like needing insane runes, like endgame runes, right? Because a lot of people are like, I mean, here's the thing though, I'm two ways around it though, because as a community, we asked for TOA Hell. We're like, TOA hard isn't hard enough. We want TOA Hell. Comp2Us just gave us what we wanted. I'm gonna side with Comp2Us on this one. They gave us what we wanted, and then we're like, it's too hard. It's like, Comp2Us is sitting there like, you asked for TOA Hell. You guys, some of our community asked for TOA Hell. They wanted it really hard. What did they want us to do? Give them a hard thing and then not make it hard? I don't understand. So, yeah, I think most of the community, though, wanted it not insane rune, more strategic and less rune requirements. But that's kind of what the Dimension Predator is. That's what the Dimension Predator has been. Anyway, it's kind of what people were asking for. Anyway, next, 2A. What's going on with that? That was supposed to already be out. From all accounts that I have got is... Not all accounts. That sounds like I'm talking about my Summoners War accounts. From all accounts, from the people that have mentioned, the next 2A was supposed to have already been out. I don't know what the timetable is for the next 2A. Maybe they got caught up with Lost Centuria and they forgot. Maybe they got caught up with SWC. Maybe they're trying to juggle too many things and they were like, the next 2A is not out yet. We're going to have to... Because they did say before the end of the year, but according to my sources, it was supposed to be out much earlier than that. Like fairly shortly after the Street Fighter collab ended. Street Fighter collab ended 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. They did. I mean, they did give us. They did give some leeway though. They said before the end of the year. So we have 6 weeks left of the end till the end of the year. But I'm thinking it's gonna be sooner rather than later. But I don't know what's going on there with them in the dev department. If they're like behind schedule, because they are working on a lot of different things. They're working on Summoners Chronicles, Summoners War Lost Centuria. Summoners War Lost Centuria is going to go into beta, closed beta test in 5 days. So maybe they just have their hands full with that. Anyway, next thing that we need to discuss is, yes, Topa V. Topa V, if you guys don't know who Topa V is, I think he was ranked, I want to say he was in the top 5 in RTA. RTA. Now, we're not talking about like Arena, because Arena changed all the time. RTA, he was an SWC competitor for several years. He was hacked. His account was hacked. His account was reset to level 1. He is no longer on the RTA leaderboards unless by the time you're seeing this, for whatever reason, he got instated and he's back on leaderboards. Here's the thing. At first, when you see this, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe even Topa V does not have account security, right? But although the account security did get better over the years, but it's still not perfect, right? So, number one is even Topa, if he's not safe, nobody's safe, which is not, that's not a very comforting thing to hear. Number two is like, at first you're like, oh wow, someone really targeted him. Someone must have had in for him. Then I did some more research. It's actually not it's not him. He's not the only one. This happened to a handful of people. They got hacked. Their accounts got reset to level 1. I don't know what the intent was behind it, but he's not the only one that this has happened to lately. I don't think it's been a tremendous amount of people. I think it's been a small handful. But if it's happened to you recently in the past couple weeks, leave me a note in the comments below. Let people know that it's happened to you and what the situation was. But he already talked to CompToUs. They're already going to roll back his account. I'm curious if they're going to roll back his account and give him his RTA points back from where he left off at RTA, or if that's not possible. What do you guys think? That would be interesting to find out, because he was in the top 5. He was in the top 5 in RTA. I'm almost positive he was like rank 2. Last I checked, when he was streaming like a week ago, he was like at rank 2. So I'm not curious when he got hacked what level he was. It's just crazy to think that, you know, it happens, right? As much as it's scary, it used to be so much worse, guys. This hacking thing used to be so much worse. It's actually gotten much better over the years. Next thing to discuss, contest for Dragons V12 already had 1,200 submissions. Also, many of those submissions I have to sort through, well, I have to sort through all of them. Many of those submissions are just like the same 3 teams. And so many people are like Triple Akara. I'm like, no, the point is to see some interesting Dragons V12 teams that are not the meta team. Like, there's a couple teams that are like meta, like the same ones over and over and over. And I'm like, interesting Dragons V12. And people are like, no, Triple Akara. I'm like, you're not gonna win like that. The point was to be interesting teams. I'm just letting you know, you're not gonna win like that. I did see some interesting teams though. I saw some wacky teams. Here is the game plan for the Dragons V12 contest, because I said it was going to be for the SWC Scroll Pack, the $100 Scroll Pack. We've been taking some sponsors, so it's perfectly fine to share the wealth and give away some SWC Scroll Packs. What I think we're going to do is I'm going to pick like the 10 that I think are the coolest ones that I think it would be great to share with the community. We'll do some videos on those 10, then I'll have you guys vote for what you think are the best. And I mean, I think it's fine to do like the 3 best ones, right? Or the 3 ones that the people like the best. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. So let's just say like the 3 that are the best. Why not? Let's just do it. Because I was gonna be like, well, I don't want to commit to 3. I'll just do the 1. I'm like, no, let's just commit to the 3. We're gonna do 3. That's what I've decided right now. I'm gonna be like, man, it's $300 with the scrolls. It doesn't matter. We're doing 3. Next, so yeah, we'll leave the submissions open for another couple of days. And, so one of the things, it has to be creative. Number 2 is it has to actually be able to beat Dragons V12. I don't know why this is a question people have had. It has to actually be able to beat Dragons V12. If it just goes into Dragons V12 and loses, what? You could put any 5 units in at that point. Like, it doesn't even matter. I don't know why that's a thing, but people were asking me if it needs to actually beat the team, beat the dragon. Yes, it would need to beat the dragon. Another thing that is interesting that this slipped past my little fingers. This slipped past my little fingers the other day. I did not notice this. Skylanders Ring of Heroes, if you guys know Skylanders, Skylanders came out, and then it basically disappeared from the face of the planet. They are revamping the game. They're revamping the game. They are merging servers. It's a little bit weird. And then they're changing the way the game works. So, I just thought that was interesting that we should bring that up. And I don't know what that means, but that can't be good. Like, if they're changing the way the game works and giving people compensation for the game changes and server merges, like, for example, if they have one account on one server and one account on another server, they're merging both of those, which is very odd. Like, Summoner's War would not do that. If Summoner's War did that, I would have an Artemil and Volantis on my main account. So, yeah, or even more servers. Yeah, I would have a Nephthys and a Lydia and an Oberon. Oh my God, come to us, merge servers for Summoner's War. I'm just saying, that'd be a great idea. I'm joking. But yeah, this is not necessarily, I mean, it's good that they're, I guess it's good that they're taking steps. Like, they want to keep the game alive and do good things for the growth of the game or the life of the game. But the situation is, if they're going this far as to change the way the game works and merging servers together, that is not good. That is not good. Also, on the official Summoners, official Skylanders Ring of Heroes YouTube channel, has not posted in like a year, if I recall correctly. Like, it's not doing good. It's not doing good. So, curious to see what goes on there. My thing just desynced. My iPad just desynced. Next. There have been a lot of people asking about, Bego, where's the Gianna Project? What happened to Gianna Project? With all of the new dungeons and all of the Dimension Predator and with TOA hell now, but that wasn't even the issue there. But all the new B12 dungeons, all the new artifact farming dungeons, all this just increased amount of time that you have to put into building any Summoner's War account has made it impossible to farm and build 7 accounts simultaneously. So things needed to get cut. I did give away the Gianna Project. I gave it away weeks ago. So here's the situation. I think a lot of people were thinking like, oh, Bego's gonna do just like a public giveaway, and then like we're just gonna be able to enter, and then we'll win it. And then also a lot of people warned me against that. They were like, if you do that, then you are just going to get someone botting, B-O-T-T-I-N-G, that's going to sell. That's going to get the account and sell it, and like they're looking to sell the account. And that's kind of like this has happened before with other giveaways, is like give the account away and then like it just disappears into nowhere. Like, it doesn't ever get used, doesn't ever get logged. Like, someone logs in for like a week and then they're done with the account, and then it just like sits there and collects dust, right? So I actually did give this away to a longtime supporter of the channel. I didn't really say I was going to do like a specific way of giving it away. I just said I'm not keeping the account, and we're going to give it away in some way or another. So I did give it away to a longtime supporter of the channel. And I know he wasn't gonna like sell the account or put it on the black market or whatever. So yeah. Anyway, I already gave it away. It's too much to farm all 7 accounts, especially with all the amount of farming. I feel like I have to explain myself. I know some of you know where I'm coming from, but there's also going to be so many people that are like, I was gonna win that. I was planning to win that. Like, you were planning to win that? You think that out of thousands of people, and you were gonna win that one? You were gonna win the account? Like, yes, I was. Like, okay. I don't know that that's how that was gonna play out. But, yeah, I just made an executive decision of like, and it's not even just the Gianna Project. It's like all those accounts, like, I cannot farm this was the easiest one to cut, right? This was the easiest one to cut because it's not the same Hive login. So I was like, let's just go. Let's just move on to the next thing. there's going to be other accounts that well, there's actually already other accounts, like I said, that I've started to not quite play as much, not really focus on farming. The Light and Dark only one, that's kind of like, we'll still do videos here and there, but I'm not really, like, I'll farm a little bit here and there, but I can't, like, I gotta cut things, guys. It's too much. It's like, even being productive and doing a lot of things at the same time and multitasking and having things auto farm, it's still too much to try to manage all of the things that you must do in any given day. Com2uS like really went ham with like giving us a ton of stuff to do every single day to like stay relevant in Summoner's War without falling behind. It's quite a large amount of nonsense that you have to do every day. So it's just like, it's, for a lot of people, it's too much and they quit. But yeah, there's not, I can't do 7 accounts farming every single piece of content all day, every day. Like, it's just not, it's not going to work. So, there's a lot of stuff that's going to be, I mean, we're still doing videos all the time, right? You guys probably won't notice too much, but yeah, I have to cut things on my end because it's just like, I can't grow the other channels. I'm trying to grow other channels too, and like all of those are falling behind. All of those are not getting content put out on them because I'm just doing busy work on 7 different Summoners War accounts. So I feel like, I mean, I have to justify it. It's not really up for debate because it needed to be done, because Com2uS made it so crazy to even have Summoners War accounts in 2020. There's like so much things that need to be farmed all the time. So there was nothing I could do aside from like start cutting things. So anyway, that's that. I just wanted to, again, I feel like I have to justify my actions, but it had to be done, right? So anyway, I know people are going to be upset, but that's just what had to be done. Next thing I want to briefly mention is I'm going to be moving again It's actually been 2 years. It may seem like I just moved. It's actually been 2 years. I'm moving again in around 6 to 8 weeks, maybe a little bit more, 6 to 10 weeks, whatever, that kind of time frame. So if there's ever any stuff that's like comes out in roughly around then and you're like, Bagel, you're not on it right away, where's the video? I want a video immediately. This thing just happened. I may be like in the middle of like in a transitional period in between moving, and you're like, he put out a summon video, but he can't put out the video on this update that just came out. Like, trust me, I'm going to try my hardest to make sure I get all the updates as soon as they are out. But just in case something like that happens, one of the nice things about it is every time I move, I like to upgrade the quality of the videos and the streams a little bit. So hopefully that trend continues, because like 2 years ago, if you look at videos from like 2 years before this, you're like, oh yeah, he definitely upgraded the quality of everything. So hopefully we continue that trend and we upgrade the quality even more and make things even better, which is great. That's the whole game plan. There's a few reasons that I'm moving, but it should be actually really good. It should be really nice. I'm very excited about it. So it's not like a crazy place. It's like the same like level of whatever. Dude, you guys don't care. Why am I even continuing this conversation? This is Summoners War Lost Century. This is the last thing that we're going to discuss. Is Summoners War Lost Centuria. Importance of skills and spells. If you guys are not interested in Summoners War Lost Centuria, then I have gas. Excuse me. If you guys are not interested in Summoners War Lost Centuria, then you guys could just peace out now. And I'll see you as always in the next video. If you are interested in Summoners War Lost Centuria, we are gonna just go over this little teaser thing. Not really a teaser. It's just a dev commentary, like a 3-minute dev commentary. He's talking about the spells and skills. These are the things that are not your character abilities. They're the summoner abilities, right? So these are things that kind of round out your team. If you actually they round out your team, and they're also one of the things that the other player that you're fighting against cannot see. So they can see all your units on the battlefield. Oh, he's talking about that now. You can see all the units on the battlefield, but you can't see what spells your opponent has. So that's kind of nice. That's kind of a nice way to. That's kind of a nice way to do it. I'm so tired right now, guys. Oh my god. So, damage spread. We kind of saw these in the last video, though. But now we see a little bit more on... There's this one, the damage spread, and then there's also another one... Oh, there's a Mav here, too. Guys get to see the new Mav up close and personal. It's really nice. This one throws the debuffs back on the enemy. There's another one, another spell that has gives you guys immunity. And these are all, like, you can use these to interrupt your opponent when they're playing their cards and whatever, right? So, he's talking about attack speed. Obviously he's talking about attack speed. I just wanted to briefly go over the different stuff in here. Right, the different stuff in this new dev note, but or the dev commentary. But I didn't think we needed to really cover this in its own video. If I could just add this to the end of the other one, right? So let's see this new Mav, man. That's all people care about. Real-time fights. We already know all this stuff because we discussed it before in the last video. Momentary. Did he say momentary judgment or monetary judgment? He said, oh, there is one thing that we need to discuss, though. Various skills onto one card. So they have these, I think they're called soul stones, right? Yeah, or skill stones. Yeah, skill stones. You can see it on the top. Well, actually, you can't see it on the top. It's kind of cut off a little bit. But yeah, there are skill stones. And you can change. It's kind of, you guys remember Calibria, right? Maybe some of you remember Calibria Crystal Guardians. I mean, it's still out. Didn't really go anywhere. It only left our hearts. Where you could change the abilities of any specific unit, right? You could have a unit built the way you want it to. They have the different skills, and you could just use what you want. This one, same thing. You could have the fire Ifrit, because there's only one Ifrit. There's only a fire Ifrit. There's not going to be a water Ifrit and a dark Ifrit. But you can change their skills to be like the water Ifrit and the dark Ifrit, like Veramos or like Theomars, right? So you could change it with these skill stones. That's what people really care about. They don't care about anything else. They just want to see how cute Mav is. If Mav is cute, they will play the game. Come to us. Take notes. If Mav is cute, people will play the game. That's all they care about. That's all they care about. Lost Centurion, like, okay, is Mav cute? Yes. Okay, what about Rakuni? What about the cult girls? What about the rest of them? They just want to see cute. So, yeah. Just wanted to briefly discover? Just wanted to briefly discuss. Yeah. CBT closed beta test on November 21st, which is 5 days. I mentioned that earlier, it's 5 days. But aside from Mav being cute, just some more information on Summoner's War Lost Centuria. Again, that's it. Just wanted to tack this on to the end of the video instead of doing like a separate video just on talking about this trailer. We saw a lot of it, though. It was basically just talking about the skill stones from the skill stones changing the skills of whatever units you have, and then the summoner spells, the spells that you as a summoner, not your units that are on the field, but as you as a summoner can cast to change the tides of battle. They look pretty strong, though, overall, because, I mean, throwing all the debuffs from one team to the other, or like a full team immunity just played on the fly is like an interruption skill. Those seem pretty strong. But anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. A lot of information, I think. Or maybe it was no information and I just spent 20 minutes talking about nothing. And you guys are like, man, you talk about nothing for 20 minutes? I just wanted to cram a lot of stuff into a small... phrasing. Listen, anyway, that's the end of the video. We can just end it there. You guys are not going to know what things are going to get crammed into where. You guys are going to always wonder. That's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And we're going to start knocking out some of these Dragons V12 fun teams over this. We're going to start doing it this week. I don't think we're going to finish doing it this week, but we're going to start doing it this week, and it'll probably be like around 2 weeks to do it. Anyway, very exciting. You're going to see all kinds of crazy, wacky teams. That's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you as always in the next one.